There we go. We have some rousing music for Live Alive, even though I could have sworn that in one of the trailers they pronounced it Live Alive. So... Sorry, that's way too loud. Now that I'm seeing the levels, that was way too loud for the music. I apologize. There's Zep. And Zep says Zep, and I say Zep to Zep. So there we go. We're all taken care of there. How's it going? Welcome. Wow, you're first one in, huh? First one through the door. I just finished up my workday. Or I called it quits, basically. And it's been a very stressful couple of working weeks. And as I'm discovering, streaming is kind of a nice thing to do when I'm stressed out. Not being stressed on stream, but like it's distracting. It's a kind of social interaction, right? And yeah, this has been on my mind. I'll talk more about this in just a second. But Zep is saying, I'm good, how are you? I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, as I touched on, it has been very stressful lately. And I'm like in the process of trying to switch jobs, but that's not an easy process. I don't think that's ever been an easy thing for me. So that comes with a lot of stress. And then meanwhile, I'm like, okay, well, I'm still doing stuff for the channel. I still want to work on things there. And I'll tell you what it was that, I don't know, maybe I should save this for later on, but whatever. If someone wants to watch the archive later, they'll get the explanation here of why I want to do this and why I'm being a little bit cynical about the whole thing. This has had a lot of press. They're putting a lot of marketing dollars behind this thing. Specifically here in the West, I don't know how heavy the marketing has been over in Japan, but they had a behind-the-scenes thing, several behind-the-scenes things the other day on the Nintendo YouTube channel saying, like, here's the music, here's a guy we got to do some singing for the music for the game, here's some people in charge of the project. They headed up the original project back in the 90s, I think. And so they're really pushing it. And now the Nintendo YouTubers... Nintendotube is also really pushing it. Maybe because they genuinely really like the original or this version, or maybe because they've been caught up in the hype a little bit. I don't know. Maybe they're big JRPG people. I'm not a big JRPG person. I do enjoy them sometimes. I appreciate certain ones. But the amount of hype and the amount of, like, not superfluous, what am I saying? Just exaggerated language, the hyperbole that's being used to talk about this game, and like, oh my gosh, if you just open another YouTube tab right now and you put in Live Alive demo, you'll find quite a few videos of people just saying, like, you've gotta play this, it's like the best thing, it's great, even though within some of those videos people are like, oh no, I actually have critiques. So kind of funny. Anyway, long story short, very skeptical. I don't know how this is going to be, but I want to try it out, and I want to try it out for the very first time while it's being recorded here and live for those of you who showed up live. Anyway, that's why. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not trying to hate on it. We'll see. Maybe I'll be blown away, but that's that. Zep says I stayed up until like 5:43. That sounds like a bad idea. Well, sounds like a bad idea unless, you know, you're that was part of the plan for some reason, in case that's just part of your routine. Maybe you were working the night shift, but I don't get that sense. I'm not assuming that. So, and have you been up since then? Or, well, I guess if you stayed up until 5:43, that means you went to sleep at some point. At 5:43, you slept for some amount of time. Is that correct? Am I assuming correctly? Is this a good framing? It's decent, but I'm going to be up here for the mic. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I guess I should get past the title screen, huh? Yeah. I also don't know how much people will care about me actually playing the game, so as always, we're just kind of hanging out, but this is sort of the main the main thing, right? Okay. Here we are. Boop, boop, boop. What kind of settings do we have here? Fast, yes. Display radar. I don't know. Tutorials, loading tips. Yeah, so this is one thing in particular that I think attracts a certain amount of criticism about JRPGs in particular, is the amount of tutorials and the amount of dialogue, and also voice acting. And I haven't heard any voice acting yet in this game, but I have heard some criticism of the voice acting in this game, so we'll see about that. But I will definitely leave the tutorials on, because we're going to read every single one of them. We're going to read every tutorial that they offer to us. So there's that. Graphics settings. Oh, well, nothing. Does this even translate to my capture card? Not really. I'm not noticing a ton of... Oh, it does a little bit. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm not really too concerned about this. Great. Thank you. I stayed up watching YouTube streams and I slept for 3 hours. Not the best, but I'll take it. It's something. It's, especially when there are those nights where you just can't sleep in general. I think it's better to, at that point in your head, you're just like, well, if I get any sleep at all tonight, it's a win. If I get any kind of rest, because there's so much of a difference between a day where you've had a couple hours of sleep the night before and a day where you haven't slept at all the night before, and you're just like whatever energy you can muster. That's what you got to work with. So yeah, I get that. But yeah, that's been a thing for me too. I mean, I guess I had my stream last week, whenever that was, where I wasn't sleeping, so I streamed really late at night, which I really enjoyed, by the way. I think that was a fun stream. But yeah, it's been a thing for me too recently. Of just like, I don't know, I just can't sleep very well. Also, the weather's not very helpful for that. It's super humid and hot and everything. So rain helps me sleep. That's good. Yeah, I mean, even just rain sounds, I do that. Like white noise equivalent sounds, I used to do a lot. I guess I still do it quite a bit. But should we just go? Should we just go? I have no idea how long I will even dedicate to this, but let's at least see the start. What do we got? This demo includes portions from the following 3 chapters: Imperial China, Twilight of Edo, Japan, and the Distant Future. You can save your progress in each chapter and carry it over to the full version. The full version, by the way, I believe costs $50? $50. It's a full remake of a game from the Super Nintendo era, right? And here we are. And I guess... Oh, I do get to pick. What should we start with? This one, based on what I've heard, not a lot of combat. Like, it's just walking around story stuff, so I might hold off on that one for now. How about Twilight of Edo, Japan? No, let's start with Imperial China. Okay. So it says it's summer in the US, but it's winter in New Zealand. That's a good point. Yeah, no, over here it has definitely been very hot and humid and all that stuff, so... yeah, not a big fan. Okay. An old Chinese master nearing the end of his life yearns to preserve his kung fu for future generations. With this purpose, does he venture forth from his home atop Mount Aspiration in search of a worthy successor to his legacy. Click. Once he has gathered 3 disciples, he will subject them to relentless training to strengthen the body, enhance the reflexes, and unlock true potential. Of these 3, who will rise to the occasion and become the next Shifu? So, is this stuff that's also going to be communicated once we're in the game? Or is this just stuff they were like, we don't want to... Nah, we don't need that in there. I don't... Let's see. Let's find out. Anyway, that's our setup. He's training people to do kung fu, and one of them will be the best. Yeah. Maybe that was just a little preview for selecting the chapter, I guess. The radar can guide you to your current objective, as well as other points of interest. Okay. That's what the radar is for, in case anyone was wondering. Okay.
In time, all fades from memory.
Oh. I'm getting bootleg Sonic Legos? What is that? Is it like fake Legos?
For the sake of future
What?
generations, an old man labors tirelessly to preserve his legacy.
Okay, so they are just telling us that information, but with voiceover this time. Okay. Alright.
A powerful martial art.
Uh-huh. Oh. 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 Okay. Okay. We get to name... I guess this is like the teacher master man, yes? Okay, so we're gonna name him something. Any votes? How about... That seems pretty good to me. Cool. Okay. Confirm. Shifu. Oh, I don't think I can change Shifu, but it's there. It's fake, but Lego only made Sonic, but the bootlegs have Sonic to Fang the Sniper. Okay, so they have other characters that just people have made. Okay. Here's some credits. Okay. So, this is the Tales 2.0. So this is what they've been calling the, oh, I'll be quiet.
And a mind tranquil as flowing water. Yet gentle streams may surge with such strength to shatter even hardened stone.
Okay.
To cultivate the soul and surpass the flesh. To strive for something greater than oneself.
Bangs from Sonic the Fighters, 1995. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with that one. Or really any big Sonic staples. But... Okay. Good start. Okay. How long have I been playing?
It's as I feared.
What is? It's a rock? So...
I've not a moment to lose. I must use what time is left to me to find and train a disciple. A young prodigy, as strong in body as young in spirit.
It's protege, not prodigy. That's a different word. Anyway. Whatever.
A worthy successor to my heart.
How do you think this voice actor felt doing this accent? Like, what was the direction? Oh my goodness. Okay, my earliest impressions, it's I don't know, it feels like an old video game so far. We're taking our time getting
So it was that the Shifu began his search for
getting this story that we also got tipped off to in the chapter select screen. So
long had it been since he last ventured down from the mountains.
okay. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Tutorial number 1. 3 pages worth. Okay. The radar located in the bottom right corner of the screen can be used to identify unexplored areas and guide you to your current objective. Okay. Gray diamond means route to unexplored area. Okay. Blue diamond means route to unexplored... So, to explored area. Okay. Orange diamond means route to current objective. Okay, so objectives, orange. And then the flag is the actual current objective. Okay. The radar can be toggled on or off. We saw that already. Cool. Okay. If you wish to quit the current chapter and play a different one, access settings via the main menu and select Return to Chapter Select to do so. If you select a chapter you have previously played, your playthrough will resume from your last save. That seems pretty intuitive to me. Cool. Now we understand about the radar, and look at this. Now we can move around. I can use the D-pad as well as the stick. The stick feels a little awkward because... No, I guess I can move in diagonals. Something does feel a little bit... I like the D-pad better, even though the D-pad on the Switch Pro controller is like notoriously bad. But look, there's sparkly stuff over here, so let's take a look at what it is. Oh, he isn't saying this. A pair of Quilin boots. Okay. A pair of weathered boots. Do I have to equip those? Oh. Yeah, let's equip some boots. What are the stats on my rough boots? I guess that's just showing my total stats at the bottom. I want embroidered boots said to confer the swiftness of a mythological chimera to the wearer. Swiftness sounds pretty good to me. Does that mean I move faster just in general? If you notice a difference, please let me know, but it seems maybe it's just for combat or something. Okay. Oh, look at that. Pork bun, nice. I assume healing. Pork bun, all right. Okay. Red bean bun. Lots of buns. Oh, and nothing. Okay. Weather guard. Okay, more stuff to wear. That's nice. Oh, well, I don't know if weathered garments would necessarily be good to wear, right? I don't know if those would give us any kind of boost. Subs is why I'm the only one here. I don't know. It's 5 o'clock. Maybe people are just getting off work, or maybe no one cares about this, which is always a possibility. But that's what we're doing. I'm sticking with it. I keep my promises. Okay, so now we know what orange diamond means. But look at this. There are other places to go. What's up here? Oh, no inspiration. Okay, here's the summit. I guess this is where we just were in the other cutscene. Is there anything interesting to find up here? I mean, there's rocks. Yeah, so one of the biggest things to talk about with this game in particular and some of the recent efforts from Square Enix is this, what they have branded the HD 2D style. So it's essentially like 2.5D where you still have pixel art for everything. And the character sprites seem to be 2D, but the environments look more lush and 3D and all that. And most people seem to be just totally in love with it, with this look. I don't really understand. So nothing was up there. Just to confirm. Okay, well, kind of puts a damper on the exploration stuff here. Okay, bird eye speedwell. All right, some sort of potion. Yeah, I'm not really that crazy about how this style has been pulled off. That makes sense in terms of general art direction and yeah, like execution. I guess I just don't. Especially from a distance, it all tends to look very muddled, and that's not just because of like the depth of field effect, but I don't know, it just doesn't quite click with me. I don't really understand the love for it. I mean, it's completely subjective, of course, so that's A-okay, but why? What is what? What is the big appeal? I don't quite see it. Okay. Okay, nothing here. There are times when, if you're using the stick for movement, if you're trying to zero in, like, let's say on one of these wheels or something, it slides you around a bit too much. Like, I don't know, it feels inaccurate. I guess it feels only slightly better with the D-pad. Sub says, when are you going to watch my videos? Good question. Hopefully soon. I've been awfully busy lately, so hasn't really been a lot of YouTube watching over here, but don't worry, I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed, so I should have access to everything. Fleeing battle. Okay. Sorry, gotta put my phone on quiet mode. Okay. Old man says it's been a while since your last visit, Shifu. Okay. Alright, Shifu, you've returned. It's so good to see you. This one brute's been running around stirring up trouble recently. Okay. Cool. Shifu, as I live and breathe, forgive my poor hospitality, but food is scarce as gold these days. It is? Oh. There seems to be a lot sitting out in the market here. Well, that's... we will believe him. I'm sure we're old friends with that character. Oh, we've triggered an event. What do we got?
Stop! Stop! You've got to pay for that!
Oh, there's a thief. Do you think this will be an opportunity for us to show off our cool skills? Or for someone else to show off their cool skills? Okay. Blue guy the thief, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I definitely know what it's like to have a smaller channel, you know. Oh, we have to catch the thief. Come on, let's get him. Let's get him.
Caught you! Finally! Now, pay what...
I can't.
Oh.
I don't have any money.
Yeah, it's an issue.
Oh, really? We'll just have to find another way to settle this then, won't we?
Well, fight? No? Do I get to fight him?
Shifu, this idiot's been stealing food from me since I don't know when.
Oh.
He single-handedly brought my business to the brink of ruin.
For some reason, there's a note the stream. I don't know what that means. Does that mean there's an issue with the stream? I think we're okay, right? Is there like lag or anything? I'm not dropping frames. Anyway, go ahead and elaborate on what you were saying. Okay, so the game. Great, let's teach him a lesson. Let's learn about combat.
I'll say to the lad.
So far I'm bored.
Wait,
I'm bored.
don't do this.
Maybe part of it is that it's like a mix of movies, like kung fu movies, stereotype stuff, I guess. Oh, we got tutorials. Okay, here we go. I just started streaming and I'm already like, wow. Not super into this. Okay, go. We're gonna try though. We got 5 pages to this tutorial. A charge gauge will appear above allies and enemies that are readying actions. Once this gauge has been completely filled, they will execute the action. Okay, so NPCs that are either on our side or not our side, that gauge tells us how close they are to doing something, I guess. Okay, all right. When controlling allies in battle, you may choose one of several commands. Abilities. Execute attacks, heal yourself, or use other abilities that make sense. Items. Use items. Pass. Switch to another ally. Wait. Allow enemy and ally charge gauges to gradually fill. Or flee. Okay. Alright. Okay. When selecting abilities and items for use, the area of effect will be displayed. Use this guide to ensure your intended targets will be affected. Okay. Yes, makes sense. When an ally's HP is reduced to 0, they will no longer be able to fight. That also makes sense. Restoring any amount of HP will put them back in action. Oh, okay, so you can just revive whenever. You can just use a regular healing item, I guess. Be warned that if all allies are incapacitated, the game will end. That makes sense. If an incapacitated ally is damaged further, they will be immediately dismissed from the field. Ah, so they can only be revived once, I guess. Dismissed characters cannot rejoin via healing or any other method. Okay. Not super relevant since we don't have any allies at the moment. Unseen Bow's Arrow is my only ranged attack. Reaction. Punish enemies attacking from a distance with a strike of concentrated will. but I can't do that, I guess. Resistant to this attack. This doesn't reach. Can I move? Oh, I can. Okay. Alright. Now I can use pretty much everything. Let's use Tiger and Dragon's Rebuke, which is a very catchy name. And now I hit A again. Alright. Here's a little animation. He's using some Harry Potter wizard power there. Okay. So he has a red bar now. Can I run away like this? Oh. I guess that was it. He missed / hit me and resisted. Welcome back, Sup. I didn't even know we would split. Okay. So the blue bar is the health bar? So I did basically no damage with that one? Misdirect enemies with the flowing movements before executing a flurry of blows. What? Playful punch before retreating a few steps. I guess it's... Oh, it doesn't even hit. I don't know. That did a lot of damage. Whatever that one was called, let's do that one again. Okay, that's the plan. What was it? Swift? No, it wasn't Swift Kick. So I just do this. Oh, it's my turn again? Because he's stunned or something? Status effect? Yeah, let's try this again. Go. Okay, I think we did it. No, we did not. He healed with something, and that did a bunch of damage to us. I'm gonna keep doing this. And hopefully he'll die for real this time. Yes. Okay. So it has elements of like the tactical RPG thing, just in terms of like movement, area of effect stuff. I got nothing from that. Did I get XP or something at least? Is there a leveling system?
Strength. That was incredible, Shifu.
Why does the thief just sound like some guy from Minnesota?
Steal from me again, and I'll pick it out of your hide.
Calm down, man. He just got like destroyed in public. I think that's enough punishment.
Why take without paying what is due?
Because he doesn't have any money. He told you that already.
I cannot pay because I have no job. No one will hire me. I have no skills, no trade.
What have you been playing lately,
My
Zup?
words are poor.
Have you been playing anything good? Going back through some of the Sonic classics. Have you checked out Sonic Origins at all? I know you're a big fan. I know it's been a slightly controversial release. Although people like the music, I think. Is that what they've been saying about that one? Okay.
Huh? But it is why I suffer. Why people laugh and call me names.
Okay.
How is that a gift?
Oh, because he's larger.
Because, young man, it makes you wonderful and unique.
That makes him unique?
But it is for you to decide.
Okay.
You will embrace your potential.
Maybe in ancient China it was
deny it.
rare to be
Shame.
like a little bit overweight or big boned or something.
Potential. You think I have potential?
You move with the swiftness of a man half your size.
Okay.
Practice. After I eat, I must run.
Ah.
Come with me. And I'll see that you never want for free.
No,
All I
this
ask in
guy.
return is that you take part in a few training
Exercises. It's going to be 10 years of training.
Think of it as a job, if you like. And your meals, the payment.
Okay.
A job? I've always wanted a job.
Oh.
Thank you, Shifu.
He's never had a job.
I accept.
I don't have it. And then I call my friend and he was playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles on his Xbox. I see. Okay. Is that the one that people have been most happy with? I know there was like one of the port / remakes in that collection people have been pretty upset about, but I don't remember if it was Sonic 3 or not. Okay, now Hong Haka is our disciple. Okay. Oh, he just walked right through us, and there he... Oh no. Oh. Uh-oh. That was, So now it's Pokemon Yellow, and we have our little companion here. So, okay, objective is down there. Is there anything to be gained from looking around the town? Who's this? Young woman. Okay. I mean, if you want. I gluttonate every last one of my soup dumplings. It'll take ages to prepare another batch, and I'm out of ingredients. Really? Oh, this is it. This is a dead end. A lot of people were so happy to get a port of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Okay, so that was a positive about the collection. That's cool. That's good to hear. I have a hard time understanding why some of the bigger studios that have all these legacy games really sleep on sharing them or releasing them for money. I just don't. I get the porting is the thing, but yeah, it's a little bit confusing to me. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool that people are now able to play that game on like contemporary systems, because I think that collection was released for pretty much everything, right? Xbox, Switch, PC, I assume Sony as well. Okay, we have two orange diamonds now. So let's go into the bamboo forest and see what's over here. Oh, look, a tiger. Let's fight a tiger. Think it'll go well? Let's give it a shot. How far can I move? Oh, he moved too. Sorry, I assumed the gender of the tiger. I should not have done that. I mean, should we just do this forever? Why does it seem like the best move? Is it good? Oh. We just killed an endangered tiger. We're very close. I could be playing Sonic Generations on my Xbox 360, but it has the red ring of death. Oh no! That stinks. I didn't have an my first Xbox ever was, oh. So does... Are turns on a timer, or just movement counts as a portion of a turn or something? I don't know. Let's just try Bear Claws. Go for it. Can I do friendly fire damage to my guy here? I guess not. We just exploded a tiger. So that's that. That seems to be a pretty average encounter, one enemy encounter. It's pretty important to know how long those encounters take in these types of games, because there are going to be 1.5 million of them. That wasn't a crazy amount of time, but it was, I don't know, it was fine, I guess. We'll see if that tends to be the duration. Our first fight with Hung Haka here was significantly longer, wasn't it? Tuft of White Clover, thank you. Here's another tiger we can just completely ruin. Just, why does it... Did you notice that? It's the second time it's happened where it just kind of paused? Was that some kind of lag thing? Was I caught on something? Let's keep an eye out for that in the future. Yeah, so Zep, what was that? You saw that too, right? Was there like a glitchy thing? Like towards the center left of the screen? What was that? Anyway, sorry to hear about the Red Ring of Death. I mean, it was such a big thing for so many of those consoles. So I guess somewhat expected, especially as they get older. But honestly, I mean, I know it's not chump change and stuff, and I think you're a younger viewer as well as up, but if you can somehow swing it for some occasion or something to grab one of the Series S's, which is the budget Xbox console that's in the current gen, I'm like really impressed with the Series S. Like, it is very nice to have, even just for Game Pass. And yeah, I just don't understand any real argument against it, basically. I think it's a great system to have. Even for legacy stuff, like you're saying, that's where I have Sonic Generations. I really enjoy having it there and ready to go. And yeah, Game Pass stuff. The quality is decent, so if you can manage one of those, and I haven't heard of those failing in massive numbers like the 360 did in the past, so hopefully, fingers crossed that it'll last. But yeah, if you can somehow get one of those, even used, very solid box. Very solid game box. What are we doing? Oh, our objective is right here.
Not so fast.
Oh, is this our next student? I bet it is.
An old man should know better than to walk alone in the woods.
I'm not alone.
Hand over your money, quickly, or else.
Did they assume I would come here first, so they said that I'm alone? I don't have anything as far as I know, except I have some boots. I think I have several pairs of boots and, like, shirts. So I'm kind of bored by the game so far. I don't know if that's just, like, story-heavy JRPG pacing in general. I just... Will I get murdered if I compare this to the pacing of Persona? Okay, let's go beat up this woman. I guess just picking fights. I'm gonna keep using Wise Fox's Grace unless there's a better move to use. It seems pretty effective on every enemy, so just gonna keep doing that. So, okay, all right. What is that? I guess she had some status effect or something? Okay. I got some XP. Have I leveled up yet?
How could this happen? How could I lose to this fool 4 times my age?
Wow. Very mean.
The young would do well not to disrespect their elders, nor underestimate their skill.
I don't.
I must say, I'm impressed by your speed and agility. Might you
She
consider
was so
abandoning this
impressive
life
in that fight.
and instead allow me to teach you my kung fu?
Oh, boy.
Piss off, old man.
Whoa. Whoa.
Although, it's going to eat at me, not knowing how you run so easily.
We did win very easily, that's for sure.
Fine. I accept.
Oh,
Let's see
well,
what's so great about your kung fu.
turned around very quickly. Okay, there you go.
Don't misunderstand me. You're not my Shifu, and I'm not your
Shifu,
student.
but that's my name. That's a big part of my name.
I've learned your secrets. I'll get my revenge on you.
All right. That's
You've
a
lot of
bold
spirit, young lady.
plan to just reveal to the target of your revenge, but
Oh, I know
okay. What?
I'm Lei Kugel. And don't you forget.
Maybe by lady they meant like a
You
woman
may
of
rest assured that I
stature,
will
like
not.
a title, I
It
guess.
is a
That was a
good,
little
strong
awkward.
worthy of pride.
Maybe that's a localization issue?
But pride will lead you astray if you let it, as it did not so long ago.
Okay. Okay.
Quick with the retorts, aren't you? Lead on then. We'll see if you're as good as you. Yeah.
Alright. Oh, let's check out this wonder. Oh, that animation was fine. That was nowhere near as awkward as the animation that we got. Oh, we're gonna murder this tiger. This tiger has no idea what's coming. We've got 3 people here just ready to... Yeah, so I guess they didn't really plan for the contingencies where you might show up to this area with already having an ally or something, or they remove the allies for these fights with the characters? Anyway. Wise Fox's Grace it is. Yeah. Seems pretty good. Do any of my guys have anything sort of ranged? Maybe I should check the UI. Maybe I have a certain number of spaces I can move? I don't see that, though. Bear's Claws, of course. Oh, what? What? Oh. I guess I messed it up somehow or something. Okay, he's gonna hit Hong Haka, which did nothing. That just bounces off of that guy. Don't you worry about it. And he's... Oh, because the action energy gauge wasn't full. Okay, whatever. Alright. We did it. We did it, everybody. Okay. I got some items here. Give me some items. I don't know if they need dialogue boxes for every single item that gets picked up. Hey, remember the time you like her Family Guy? I assume that's liked. Also, hello again, Issa. Very nice to see you here. I think it was the Dark Souls stream was the last time you were here. Very nice to have you. I am busy being kind of generally bored by the demo for this game that everybody's really excited about, and I'm trying not to be super rude about it. But I said it. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna try. Maybe it's gonna blow. Sorry, I was not paying attention to that. What do you want? This is no place for the likes of you. Okay, so no tip for like unlocking or anything. I'm not happy to be here, but good for you. Oh no. Oh. That's sad. Is that genuine? Or is it a joke I'm missing? Anyway. Oh, why is it... Oh, so the enemies refresh that quickly? Okay. Like as soon as we leave that zone. Sorry, Issa's cranky because he woke up from a nightmare. Oh no! Do you want to tell us the nightmare? I'm actually kind of interested in what it was. Wise Fox's Grace, please. If you remember it. I tend to forget, well... I guess there's a better chance of me remembering a nightmare as compared to just a regular dream. But I tend to forget both of them pretty quickly. Which is kind of sad because I really enjoy... I enjoy the weirdness of dreams. But I'm not one who ever like writes them down or anything like that, so... Okay, radar. Sorry, my microphone is blocking my very valuable radar. I will spare this tiger's life because I don't feel like we're getting anything out of these encounters. Maybe some XP, and I don't know what the point of the XP is yet. I guess a stat boost? No, we'll fight you, it's fine. Let's see what we got. It was a central dream. Oh no. I don't like having those types of dreams while I'm sleeping around my family. That's fair. I guess I would agree with that. But yeah, that's enough. Yeah, no, we got the information there, I think.
That's all.
So I'm already one-shotting guys. I'm not like having a huge amount of enjoyment with the combat so far. It seems fine. Pretty standard, I guess. Maybe there's some wrinkle to it that'll really blow my mind. I feel like I'm saying that a lot now. Like, maybe I'll be surprised by something. Maybe I'll be impressed. Okay, it's the same village as before, right? It looks different. This is a different village, but they have very similar market. And, okay, alright. Be careful, a sickness is spreading here that's sure to give an old man like you a terrible stomachache. Oh. Well, I think I'll stick around for a little bit anyway. I hear bandits are seeking to profit off the sickness. Well, we have a bandit right here. She's content to hang out with us, I guess. Ooh, hear that helicopter in the background? Uchio7. Who I think is new, so welcome. Welcome very much. Thank you for joining us on the stream. I don't often make comments or type in chat, but I've been watching your content for a while, and it's very well done and insightful. In short, thank you for making content. Wow, thank you so much. You made my day, because, oh, sorry, I'll have to focus on this in a second. It's actually kind of rare that I get a nice positive comment, and I appreciate it, so thank you very much. And thank you for putting that in the chat. I know, so I'm kind of like that too, where on plenty of live streams, I'm like, I'm not going to be in the chat, or it's too busy or whatever, or even the smaller streams, like, I just want to watch. So I totally get that, that's cool too. But thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate it, because otherwise I'm just a guy in a room spending a lot of time editing videos and talking into a microphone, so it can quickly feel silly. But I'm glad you've been enjoying it. I don't think I need anything from this shop in the game. Sorry, I think I should also engage more and not focus quite as much on the game, because the game is just not holding my... Oh, this is like the same shop items as the last one? Has anyone else tried this demo? I think it's just Switch, right? I think it's only on... And also, yeah, this is all the same... Okay, so... I don't know why we need 6 people who all have the same shop. But... maybe out of convenience? Yeah, this looks the same. Shit, I already have, I think, almost one of all of those items, so I'm just gonna move on. Must be tough for Yun having to look after his grandmother by himself. Who's that? Especially now that she's taken ill. Is that who I'm gonna run into next? Oh, okay. Yeah, how's everybody been doing? Has anyone else tried this demo? Does anyone care about this? Does anyone care about this at all? What has everyone been up to lately? Those are good questions, right? Good engagement questions. No, it says that there's a... Okay, it says there's an objective here. I should pay more attention to my radar. There's a flag. I guess I just didn't talk to the right person. This seems to be the right person. Ugh. Oh. Oh, maybe I just have to buy an item? I have that. I have that. Or am I giving this to them? Oh, okay, so that wasn't... None of that was shops. That was me choosing items to give to people. Okay, I totally misunderstood. There we go.
Sorry about that.
Oh my gosh.
I thought so. You're the chiffon.
Are you guys good at napping? That's actually a question I would love to hear some answers for. Because I don't think I'm very good at napping. Or relaxing in general, but like if it's the middle of the day and I have even like one thing that I need to do later on. Not good at napping at all. Sorry, I missed the grandson running through. Darn. And I tend to feel just awful waking up from a nap. Maybe that's what you were up to, Issa, where it's just like you feel unproductive and just like ugh. It's waking up in the morning in the middle of the day. And it's not a lot of fun. I'm terrible at napping. Terrible. Oh, we got it. Or the worst kind of nap, in my opinion, is when you fall asleep and it's still daylight out, but you wake up and it's dark out, because then it just feels like the worst kind of time travel, or you missed something, or you wasted time. At least that's how I feel about it. Maybe that's just me being strange. What's happened? We have a contemptuous ruffian. So neither am I good at napping. Yeah, it's a scam. It's good to get the rest, I suppose, technically, but super bad at it. Yeah, I don't really enjoy it all that much. Unless the cat wants a cat nap, in which case I'm fine with that. Something is happening. They're roughing up the grandson. They're roughing up nervous youth. Rupping up. Is rupping a word? I hope it's not some terrible thing that I just said, but I kind of like the sound of it. Rupping. Okay. Kid is standing up for himself.
Because I was too scared to refuse.
Right.
Enough isn't. I told myself
Cool. Good for you.
Too sick
Okay.
to, but these poor people. Someone else's elders.
Oh, he's also stealing. Everybody's stealing in this general area, you know? I guess it's just a thing.
You a chance to apologize for your disrespect.
Issa says, I'm just bad at going to sleep at night, but I'm not bad at napping. Oh, okay, because the sleep helps me work better. Oh, that's good. So I see it as a part of being productive. That's a good viewpoint. Like, it's a broader perspective. You're looking at the long game, you know, like, oh, if I get the rest now, I feel better later on. Yeah, I don't know. I never really noticed a big boost from a nap, I guess, but maybe I'm just doing it wrong, or I'm hitting the sleep cycle at the wrong part, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, we get it. There's gonna be a fight. Okay, yes, alright. Okay, I am ready. Let's get into the fight. Nope, I'm just gonna do it. Let's do it. Because apparently I am the best at fighting. You know? I can just destroy every... Oh. That was... Why make me walk 2 inches? Actually, I have a question for you. Well, I can try my best to answer, as long as it's nothing that I don't want to answer. But feel free. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my third prodigy / protege here, while my allies just stand in the background. Okay, alright. Okay. Okay, yep. Okay. I promised myself that I would look through, like, let all the audio play. I just can't. I really can't. Okay. Oh. Think we'll have to fight all of them? I guess so, right? That could be a bit more challenging than fighting one guy. Oh, they look completely different now, I guess. Wise Fox's Grace, of course, the best move. What do we got? Oh. Oh.
When I'm through with you.
Stone throw, alright.
Really shouldn't.
Are we good? Sorry about that, folks. Apparently OBS died. We should be back now. Yes? Okay. Anyway, I know why now after thinking about it for a while, but you didn't tell me directly. That's totally fair, and actually I think that's a pretty common thing in my videos because they're not written reviews. Basically, none of them are written. I don't do scripts anymore. I haven't had a script for a video for a very long time. And I personally see a lot of advantages in that. However, there are some downsides, and one of the big downsides is that sometimes I could be very bad at like substantiating certain points or explaining everything in a really clean and easy to understand way. Trying to get better at that, but totally fair that like there was just something I didn't really elaborate on. And that's another thing, is if it's a really short video, I might have cut some audio, or I just don't have the information recorded, whatever. In this case, I don't know. I don't remember really talking about tropes specifically in terms of being better written than Zootopia. That was another really easy fight, by the way. I think a lot of it did come down to character stuff, which I tried to talk about a good bit in the video, where these are still basically stock characters that we have in the bad guys as well as Zootopia. The arcs that they have are not new. These are not new structures or anything like that. So like neither movie is especially creative or original on that front of like storytelling structure, character tropes, character arcs. However, just the way that the characters were realized in the bad guys versus Zootopia, I personally connected with a lot more, and I thought the characters were well written enough to the point where I believed who they were, right? Like I believed that they were actually the characters they were supposed to be, whereas in something like Zootopia, I almost feel like the characters are going through the motions. Like it doesn't take much for bad character writing to end up feeling like a puppet show. Like, oh, this character's supposed to say this thing here now. Okay, this character's supposed to be the bad guy who gets redeemed, but we know they're not actually bad, blah, 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 blah. Or even just like casting Jason Bateman in Zootopia, I just really didn't, I don't know. I just never believed what the characters were supposed to be in that movie. And so any arcs they had didn't click for me at all. Whereas in Bad Guys, even just if we narrow it down to the dialogue in that movie, wow, so much more snappy, at times free-flowing, sort of relatable, but slightly heightened as well. Like it hit a really nice sweet spot for me, and I enjoyed it. Sigh, yeah, let's sigh. I hate when people say well-written or good writing, because those are such subjective things that most of the time I don't know what the YouTuber is talking about unless they explain in excruciating detail. That's fair too, and at the same time, from the other perspective, like, oh, it's tough because you never know when someone's watching some of your stuff for the first time. You don't know if they're a long-term viewer. You don't know XYZ about their situation and the context they have coming into one of your videos. So that's something that I wonder about as well when I'm talking about like narratology to some small extent, or like even just specific tropes or what a character arc is. Even the smallest piece of information, you can't assume that everybody knows what you're talking about. And so it is genuinely a challenge to decide, like, okay, what do I cut? What do I leave in? What do I actually want to talk about in a huge amount of detail? But you're right, it's totally subjective. And ultimately, when someone says that something is well-written or poorly written or whatever, it is just, yeah, it's a reflection of their personal preferences with regards to quality in writing, right? So there might be some things that most people associate with those terms, but oh, is this? Oh, I get. They're trying to do the thing where he keeps asking to be the, you know, the what do you say? Not mentor, the mentee. Yet another student. I know it felt like they were just going through the motions in that movie because it's very tropey, but were they? If we remove those tropes, do they actually seem badly written? In Zootopia, I don't like Zootopia. I mean, I'll be very clear about that. I know a lot of people like Zootopia. It feels very hollow to me. I don't think it ultimately achieves in a convincing way like the messaging that it was going for. And it's from Disney, so it makes sense to me that it felt that way, I guess. And yeah, it felt very stock, felt very standard, and maybe one of the worst things is that I felt like in that movie a lot of the dialogue could be interchangeable. Like, it doesn't, if you take the dialogue away from everything else, there's no voice acting, there's no visual, and you just read a line, it feels like a line that could belong to pretty much any character in the movie, despite the fact that the movie features a bunch of different types of characters. So like, that's very unsuccessful to me. Or at the very least, like, not engaging. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I mean, I guess it might be a slight exaggeration to say that it was, like, actively bad writing as opposed to bland writing, but again, all that stuff just refers back to my preferences, and when it comes to writing specifically, as someone who does it professionally, not for movies, but in general, I have some very strong preferences, and a lot of those preferences revolve around originality, you know, bucking traditional structure in a lot of ways, and just general creativity and really great execution. And yeah, I rarely feel that from a Disney movie of any kind, not just their animated movies, but pretty much anything they put out feels bad, feels by the book, you know. So no, it doesn't achieve its messaging. I mean, you could argue it does. I don't feel it does. And Standard, I just never felt like characters were like puppets, maybe because I was younger, didn't know those tropes before. No, and like, this is another thing too, and I'm very careful, or I've tried to be careful, at least in the past, of like, I'm not trying to convince people to agree with me. And again, all return to subjectivity. I'm not trying to tell people it's objectively bad or that they shouldn't enjoy a certain movie. Even on the first couple watches, I enjoyed Zootopia fine, like soon after it was released. But when I come up against something that compares against it very exactly, that sort of makes me question and go back, you know, and say, I'm going to re-examine this a little bit more. That's all. But like, in the grand scheme of things, Zootopia is a fine movie. Even for its time, it was a little bit progressive in terms of its messaging, I would say. Not to any huge extent, but for a big company like Disney, yeah, not bad. Like, they're trying to get into, you know, prejudice and bias. That's very admirable. And the fact that it did work well for so many people is proof positive that that's a net positive overall, like, for the real world impact of the movie. So yeah, you know, you don't have to agree. I'm not trying to convince anybody of, you know, that it's a bad movie, that The Bad Guys is a good movie. But even just on terms of like pure entertainment value, I just happen to really like Bad Guys a lot more. It didn't seem less believable to me. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, don't worry about it. I hope my arguments against Zootopia didn't come across as too like aggressive. Again, I try to stay, you know, relatively reasonable or like calm in a lot of those arguments. So hopefully I'm hitting that. And if it did come across as too confrontational or something like that, I apologize. It's not really my intention. There's a lot of that on the internet and specifically on YouTube, and I'm not super into like yelling at viewers and being like, I'm right, I am the guy who knows about things. That's not my angle at all. Mostly because I don't know that much about things. Okay. What else we got? Meanwhile, in the game, I am beating up my students once again. I guess this time as a, is this a good one? Let's try it just for something different. Terrible. Not a good move to use. Not a good move. How about, yeah, Issa, so okay, so you're decently into Zootopia. How about some of the other Disney animated pictures movies? Like, did you like Encanto from, was that just last year? think it was 2021, yeah, because it was Oscar stuff. Did you like that one? That's one we could talk about forever, I think, you know. That's not a good message to send. Which one?
You did well.
Well fine.
Now,
Liked Encanto? Cool. Yeah, I liked it pretty well also.
then you may leave.
I did make a video about it where I think I was critical of the fact that, like,
Come at me.
it just shouldn't be praised as, like, you know, super progressive when it's stuff that we all already approve of culturally. But other than that, it was decent. I'm not crazy about the visuals either, but a solid movie, and it is actually one that I've rewatched, which I don't do often with the Disney animated movies that aren't Pixar. So yeah, it's like pleasant. Issa also says, I hated the Buff Girl song. Oh, really? Like just the song itself, or did you not like the character? Did you not like the message of that song, which I guess is what, like, this is what happens when you overwork and overstress, I guess. It can be, like, really harmful. The song itself, I mean, it's like a pop song, you know? I thought it was fine.
Exceeded my expectations, I have to say.
Exceeded
This
expectations.
is the most fun I've had in years.
When does this end, by the way? When does this chapter end? Because I'm kind of done with Live Alive already. I've been streaming for about an hour.
Who'd have thought I'd find I've not felt
Yeah, let's go ahead and... The song itself, I just didn't like it. Don't mind the message, just the tune. Okay, totally fair. Yeah, it is very poppy, and that's... Okay. Cool. Nice place for a break. Here, let me pop on some music, too, for just a second. Because I feel like there's been a lot of silence in the game, unless we're in, like, a big action scene. Anyway, totally understandable. Yeah, and this is the risk, and maybe I mentioned this in my video too, I'm not quite sure. But, it's the risk of using, like, music that sounds really contemporary and current, is that it probably won't age very well. And I feel like some of the songs in Encanto, specifically the ones that just sound straight up like pop music, there's definitely a risk of those feeling like, like even just a few years from now, it'll be like, oh, remember that pop sound that we used to have all the time in every song? And now it's outdated. And I think this is yet another reason why, and it's not just my thought, but many of other people have voiced this as well, but it's one of the reasons why the Disney Renaissance movies have done so well, and specifically with their music, because it was modeled after classical musical theater sounds and structures and all that. And like that just kind of naturally sounds timeless for some reason. It has become a genre that just sounds timeless, and it works across multiple decades, whatever. So yeah, the movement towards pop, it definitely works in the short term, doesn't it? Because, like, of course, you know, the Bruno song, whatever the actual title is, we don't talk about Bruno. Yeah, huge hit. It's basically just a huge pop song hit. That's cool, but yeah, no, well, I don't know. That one in particular might age better, but yeah. The Strong Woman's song, I forget the characters' names. Then we have what? Flower Girl song. That one's definitely poppy, right? That one for certain is like a Katy Perry empowerment ballad, isn't it? Anyway, what other movies has Walt Disney Animation Pictures actually done in the last few years? Moana's a ways back, right? So we don't need to worry about Moana right now. Yes, thank you. What else? I'm trying to think. It sounded theatrical to me, that's why I liked it, because of nostalgia. Which one did? The Bruno song? For those old dramatic Disney songs. Okay. Yeah, totally get that. And you're right. I guess it is a mix of both styles in Encanto. Or Encanto. It's probably, I'm sorry, I don't know pronunciation. That's worth noting. Yeah, it is a mix. But I definitely remember a couple of just tracks that are just pop tracks, you know? Yes, the Bruno song. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that one, yeah, I agree. It doesn't just sound like Western pop music and that's it. And maybe that's part of why it blew up. It's also just a fun song. In fact, I got a custom, for a rhythm game I play in VR, I got a custom map for the Bruno song. And it's great. It's like one of the most fun to play. And the tempo's there, interesting rhythms to work with, and the vocals, like, really cool. Just fun. I'm not, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's pretty nice. Okay. Okay. So, we'll see how things go. But I think I'm going to at least start another chapter. There's 3 in the demo that we have access to. I just played 1. I was not impressed. I was not really impressed with Imperial China. I'm apparently a level 10. The combat was fine. The story stuff was, I mean, talk about like tropes and stuff. Like, it just felt like every kung fu movie or narrative ever / samurai stuff. Like, it didn't feel super original. And the way it was executed was fine. I don't have a ton of like glowing observations to share about that chapter. Everybody saw it here. A couple of weird visual performance things. I don't know if it was a glitch on my end or like the game has some issues because it's a demo or something, but a bit odd. And now I'm going to jump right to the distant future because based on the little I've heard about it, this is the one that I think I'll enjoy the most of the demo chapters. I'm just going to give it a shot. Let's see what happens. First of all, I'll stop that music. I think we had 2 songs going at once. Sorry about that. And also, some more comments in chat. Issa says, do you think they're going to stop making Disney remakes now? No. No, I don't. Didn't they just announce another one? Isn't there another live-action Disney remake coming out pretty soon? I totally forget which one it was. Anyway, honestly, I wish they made one where they make a fake trailer and the story goes completely off the rails. Yeah, or even just... That's been done in the past, where the trailer gives you the impression that it's one kind of movie, sort of as a purposeful bit of misdirection, I guess. Although I think nowadays you might draw some criticism for trying to pull that kind of trick. Also, just in general, there have been movies that feel like one thing and then become something very different. I think it was Fresh from last year, or early this year, kind of does that. And then what's the other one? From Dusk Till Dawn, I think that one, where Tarantino stars in it. Yeah, that's another movie that just completely, oh, come on, let me live in my ignorance. Hey, I mean, hey, you asked. I assume that's about another remake or whatever. Okay. Far from Earth, in the vast void of space, the transport freighter Cogito Ergo, oh, it's Latin? I don't know. Cogito Ergo Sum slowly makes its way home. Aboard this tiny vessel, a new form of life is born. Alas, as a series of incidents put the safety and well-being of the ship's crew in jeopardy, this autonomous support unit recently built by the engineer Kato must work together with its creators to ensure all is not lost. Is that like Old English, or is it support unit but recently built? Or just say a support unit recently built? What? Hey Purple, what's going? What's going? How is it going, and how are you? Hi, just stopping by, but have a great rest of your night. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it that you stopped by the stream. And yeah, I don't know. I'll probably try to do this chapter, and I'll probably call it quits after that. Isa says, have you heard of Bird Boy? I mean, if it's the one I'm thinking of, yes, 100%. I made a video about it quite a while ago. We talked about it in one of the streams a long time ago. So yes, I have heard of Bird Boy. My Little Goat? I don't think so. Really dark movies with really cute characters. Yeah, so that is Bird Boy then for sure. Yeah, that's a very dark movie. Definitely an adult movie. So yeah, but not Little Goat. Maybe in passing somebody's mentioned it, but I haven't checked it out yet. Peril says, I'm good. How are you? I'm doing okay. I was saying at the start of the stream, it's been like a very stressful couple weeks in terms of work and stuff. So I actually really enjoy getting to do the streams and everything and just kind of hanging out for a while. Because they're nowhere near as stressful as job stuff, you know? And no, this is not my favorite game demo I've ever played, but it's something different. So I consider this a win, just for getting some distraction, and we all get to share in some of the demo chapters for Live Alive. So, yeah, that's how I'm doing. And I'm slightly hungry, but I'll eat later. Okay, record of departure. Registration, cogito ergo sum, civilian transport freighter. Destination, Earth, cargo, xenobiological specimen. Is it a xenomorph? Crew, 5. Passengers, 1. A military courier. When and why did you stop making scripts? It's an interesting question, but let's see if I can answer it in any kind of... do they just have the 1 credit in front of each chapter? I'll try to answer the question with some kind of conciseness, concision. I'll try not to ramble on about it. Okay, so this is more about our xenomorph here. Well, honestly, one of the big things is that it takes a certain amount of, like, I don't know, performance skill or something to read a script into a microphone and have it not directly sound like you're reading a script, basically. And I don't have a ton of performance skill, so I think I struggled with that, especially at the beginning. It just sounded like I was reading a script, but I didn't want the audio to sound that way. I didn't want that to be part of my presentation. So that was probably the biggest reason why I started to move away from scripts. Scripts have a ton of advantages, obviously. You know, a notable one we already talked about earlier of just you can stay organized. You know what you're talking about if you have a longer time to look at it. So if you remember something later on, you can throw it in. You'll remember to say it when you're recording. That's all great. There are still times when I think I would use a script for something more structured or serious or something like that. But I really enjoy just saying things into the microphone and sort of kind of improvising based off of notes. I still take notes. There are still specific things that I want to mention in a lot of the videos, but it just comes from a place of feeling. I think I can also be a little bit more emotionally involved in the recording if I'm just saying things and I'm not reading off a piece of paper, Google Docs or something like that. So that's probably the biggest thing. Also, have you put a lot of effort into getting petty revenge? Like in general? Have I gotten petty revenge on someone? I don't think I have. In the last chapter of the game demo, they were kind of trying to do that, I guess. But it wasn't petty revenge. That woman was going to train with this guy for years to eventually get revenge on him. Because that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'd like some encouragement or general advice. Oh, no. Well, not knowing anything about the situation and not wanting to encourage anything dangerous or bad or illegal, I will say that as long as it's only petty revenge, very petty revenge, and that the revenge itself is not very serious, that you're not trying to ruin someone's life, okay, but outside of that, no, I don't go out of my way to get petty revenge, unless it's something kind of in a joking way.
Hello there, little one. Can you hear me? My name is Kato.
Sorry, I'll let the characters do this.
Kato.
But, yeah, basically only if it's kind of a joke, and the other person isn't going to be really upset about it, then full steam ahead, I guess. But outside of that, I don't know. I kind of just feel like revenge takes a lot of effort as well, which I'm not always super willing to put into something that doesn't have a direct bearing on my life situation, Like, how much do you benefit from the revenge? Is it worth that amount of effort? Those are kind of the calculations I guess I'm running sometimes. I've definitely had that in terms of some bad jobs, like just horrible jobs. I'll try to just like do a real bad review of a company or something. Okay. Issa says I got peeved off at a 4 to 5 year old YouTube video about how he shouldn't make alicorn OCS. So I'm trying to make a good one out of spite. Oh, well, that actually sounds pretty positive. And I think you can even make that clear in your work, right? You can just be like, hey, look, I wasn't getting what I wanted from these other videos. You don't have to name them specifically, but like, here is what I would want to hear. Here's some valuable information that I would like to share. I think that's fine. I've totally done that kind of thing before. Hopefully not calling out, specific channels or anything, but trying to do good work, to spite bad work. I think that's a very nice motivation in general, actually. Gives you the fire, doesn't it? Oh, am I in control now? So something happened right there. They told us some story that I wasn't paying attention to because I was having a chat with folks, which is good. I'm a robot. One of the space people is awake. That's what I have. Here's a photo frame. A smiling elderly couple stand on either side of a young boy holding a toy spaceship. Okay, so we don't get to see that. We can assume it's that guy, and that was how he got inspired as a young child. He was really into space stuff, and that's what's up. Here's a bed. Somnopathic wellness bed. The memory foam not only conforms to the occupant's body, but also uses electrical pulses to stimulate their muscles while sleeping and help maintain physical fitness. Wow. That's a sort of neat bit of world building, I guess. Toy robot. A mint condition, vintage, steel titan. Is that like a Gundam? Should I get into Gundam at this point in my life? I've made 5 drawings so far, and I've fleshed out her and her parents' backstory, so take that, Mad Muchkin. There you go, Mad Muchkin. That's cool, though. It sounds like you've been productive. So that's a net positive, right? I was led to believe I would be wandering around the spaceship completely alone, which is not what's happening, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. But otherwise, I'm fixated on the pretty, awkward design of this robot. Is that a tail in the back? My feet look like roller skates, which is kind of neat. I have a backwards baseball cap, I guess. I have red granny glasses. I don't know why. Oh, boy. Well, here's Live Alive. The demo is available right now on Nintendo Switch. If you're interested, please check it out.
Careful now.
What? You brought me here specifically to do this. So this video and forgot about it, but I guessed everything that was going to happen in the trailer was proven completely right. All my predictions. Yeah, and honestly, that kind of sums up a lot of my feelings on it. It's just like I have seen this movie before. The specific comparison that apparently everybody else has been using is just specifically, How to Train Your Dragon. It very much is that plot. I'm sure we could find a million other things that have a similar story if we looked for it. But it's not a structural similarity. It's also a similarity in terms of content in a pretty big way. So I think maybe, at least in my case, that has a higher chance of making me kind of not super into it. But then I'm also seeing apparently it has plenty of positive reviews, critic reviews, and audience alike, I guess. I don't really understand that. I guess people are just happy to see a pleasant little adventure movie. It's serviceable, which I said many times in the video, more or less, and not too much more than that, at least for me. Maybe it works really well for kids in particular. That would make sense if that was their big goal with the project. But yeah, even just the art direction there, I was not a big fan of. I don't know. It was kind of strange. Anyway,
you should be able to come and go as you like.
Great. Now I can do things.
Whatever you do, don't forget access to private quarters is subject to
that makes sense.
To enter. You may need to. So, if you're ever having trouble to do so, access the panel to the left. Do you understand?
I feel like I need to remember this.
Would you like me to repeat myself?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there's a panel to the left of certain doors, and if I tell the panel my name, then it might let me in sometimes. I think
Then the next order of
maybe they
business
haven't
will-
seen movies like that before. Maybe they're not trying to judge it based on how Utopia is. Yeah, I mean, again, totally common. Like some people aren't super invested in like the originality of a movie. They just want it to function really well. They want it to adhere to existing structures and tropes in certain ways. That's fine. It just doesn't happen to be my view on movies in general. But yeah, I'm sure plenty of people just saw it and thought that was pleasant. I had a fun enough time. End of story. That's it. You know, that's totally okay. I do expect a little bit more examination from like a professional critic, as opposed to just, you know, Joe Schmo watching the movie to have a fun time. But I have not, you know, delved super deep into critic reviews, so who knows? Maybe they sort of kind of agree with me. Press the minus button to display a map of the Cogito Ergo Sum. Not a very catchy name. If you are ever unsure where to go or how to get there, refer to this resource. Wow, there's a lot of information on this map. Wellness module, stasis room, wellness module, medical bay, interface room, recreation room, Huey Tremble, captain's quarters. A lot of things are here on the ship. That's true. Do you like Joel Haver, Nervous Anticipation? I do know who that is, and I'm a little bit surprised that I actually know someone that somebody's referring to in the chat, because sometimes I'm just like, who's that? Yeah, I do know Joel Haver. I mean, pretty big, huh? I don't even know how many subs, but those videos get millions and millions of views, right? I like it fine. I think there's some fun ideas there, and I mean, hey, there's an example of someone kind of pointing out tropes in games and movies. I guess games more than anything. That's fun. I like when people make little relatable things of like, oh, here's what it feels like to play XYZ or X type of game or something like that. It's fun. It's a fairly original animation style. It's kind of a version of rotoscope, I guess. And it's neat. I'm not like a dedicated fan or anything like that, but his work is, yeah, it's pretty cool, you know. I don't know what he told me to do. Am I supposed to wake everybody up? Performing diagnostic of cryogenic stasis units. Unit 1, operational. Uh-oh. If one's not operational, won't they die? Why is that guy on his side? Oh, two of them are on their sides. No anomalies. Okay. Can I go here? Was that all he wanted me to do?
You can do it.
What? I like how reassuring he was with that, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to be. That's my fault. I just wasn't paying attention. That's the captain's quarters. Have I been talking to the captain? Yoshiki Kato, engineer. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh! This must be what I was supposed to do. Hit a button. Oh, I'm waking him up. Do you think you ever come across as pretentious? I think I do, and I try not to care. I'm sure I do at times. That's yet another subjective thing. Whether I feel like I'm being pretentious, whether other people feel like I'm being pretentious. So it's all there. That's totally a thing. As we're trying not to care, I mean, yeah, honestly, it's something that it kind of got talked about a lot back in college. Because I was at a school where people were like film majors, creatives, writing majors, stuff like that. And so there's plenty of, you know, accusations of that. When someone's trying to devalue someone else's work, they'll just say, oh, it's too pretentious, it's too heady, you know, oh, they're just trying to show off or something. And like, it can be true. That can be a completely valid criticism. But after a while, and after you hear it a whole bunch, you start to lose, it starts to lose its weight, I think. And in terms of trying to keep that in mind when, like, you know, looking at yourself and the things that you say and that you make, I think it really just comes down to, do I think it's pretentious? Do I think this could be better? You know, do I think I'm not really accomplishing what I want to accomplish? I think that's the bigger thing, and you kind of have to be your own judge there. You kind of have to trust your own taste to a large degree.
Thank you, little one.
But yeah, like, it's just part of sharing work with people and being a person in general. Like, people will have different opinions of you and the things you say and do.
Good morning.
Some of those you should listen to, and some of them, if they don't seem accurate or like something you're too worried about, then you don't have to give them as much weight, you know? Sorry, I really rambled there.
That project?
Why does it seem like the
Indeed.
camera's never quite in the right position for me? Even just slumping, my posture's terrible. They have even taken a name for themselves. Wirt. Yeah, that's me. I'm the robot named Wirt. My name is Rachel. Looking forward to work. Oh.
Looking forward to working with you.
Oh, doesn't say my name.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Name's Kirk.
Okay. Oh, he's grumpy.
Rise and shine, Huey.
That's
We've been
Huey.
on ice long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Show us what you've got. Mind giving Sleeping Beauty here a swift kick to get him?
So, I talked quite a while ago in the stream about, like, yeah, people really like the HD 2D look. I already shared that I'm not a huge fan of it, but aside from that, even, like, I have not found myself noticing or being wowed by a lot of the environments we've seen.
There, Huey.
Yeah, I just don't.
You're still coming out of cryo. As for the new edition,
Everybody else is wowed. I don't feel super wowed by this stuff. Issa, I do see that comment, and I don't think I will be responding directly to that comment in the stream. I just think that's yeah, outside the realm of what I'm usually going to be talking about in the streams, you know? Anyway, all of our spaceship people are here now. Who said that? Who told me that you're just like alone on a spaceship? This is the opposite of being alone.
Let's introduce you.
Okay.
Never mind that. Let's dispense with the.
Is that the captain? I thought the captain was someone else. Must be the captain, right?
Tell me though.
Do you intend to let your clank? Whoa, that sounds like a slur for
Then I
robots.
expect you to see that it does not get underfoot, and to discipline it if it does. If there is nothing
Okay.
else, then I will go on ahead
Okay.
to the.
What are we doing? I
real piece of work.
I'm struggling to not just say a bunch of like negative things about the experience of playing the demo so far. And as we were just talking about, like, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, you know. If this has a bunch of success, cool. Maybe it will inspire Nintendo to resurrect
You should join us in the recreation.
a bunch of properties that were never released outside of Japan previously.
Don't worry about the corporal.
Bring back some legacy games, but like I
It's as if you actually.
I don't
see
know which part of this I'm supposed to be enjoying.
Do you think so?
Like, am I kind of muddling through the story to get to the combat? Am I just, you know, speeding through combat to get back to the incredible storytelling? Because so far, I just don't. I get it was an existing game, but nothing about the storytelling really feels exceptional. It doesn't even feel like it measures up to what is now like the modern standard for impressive storytelling in video games. Like, we've seen so much really good work in that area in recent years, especially from indies, and I just do not like the elements of a story are here. Outside of that, do people feel invested in these storylines? Do you have to play for 5 hours at a time to start to feel invested in one? I'm gonna read something now. Okay. He says the series is so going. Oh, sorry. Do you like Daria Cohen? Don't know the name offhand. The girl who made the super famous vampire animation for Voltaire's song "The Night." Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think I know this. The series is still going. It's still pretty awesome. At least to me, that's cool. That's cool. I'll have to check it out. But off the top of my head, yeah, I'm not familiar with that, so don't have too many thoughts to share on that.
They have an earnestness, dangerous spirit that's...
Says the guy who's practically terrified.
So apparently I'm reading an adventure novel or something.
It must sound strange. I think you should learn as much.
Take a look around the ship and see if anything interests you.
Don't just rely on humans to teach you either.
Okay.
Experiment.
So can I leave now? Oh, we're still okay.
Well, but they do have the capacity to process data and develop skills. Such why don't I teach you how to prepare coffee?
Okay. It says series is all set to songs mostly made by Voltaire. Oh, okay. So just like, are they fan videos at that point? Is that how it works? Making coffee? Is that what I'm doing now? Coffee machines. Okay. I would like to use the coffee machine. Uh-huh. Alright. I assume these are lyrics from one of these songs, perhaps. Am I guessing correctly? Wow, this camera, I don't know. That seems better. Okay, so we made some coffee. We're a robot on a spaceship, and we made some coffee. Do they like the coffee? I'm on the edge of my seat. A bit bitter for me. Oh no, we did a slightly bad job of making the coffee as a robot on a spaceship. Now can I go? Okay, well, I'm gonna leave now. Goodbye. Well, where are we? Okay, there we are. What's up front? Or is that where we already were with the cryopods? Oh, that's just a hallway. Oh. Yes, we did that already. Let's go over here to another hallway. That's cryo again, I think. Now we're in the back of the ship. Let's look for the interface room. So up here. Here? It's just really famous. I was trying to jog your memory in case you forgot. They'll have a storyline to follow. Oh, that's cool. It's especially fun for like music video type stuff or even just short animation in general. As long as there's some kind of story, I feel like it's immediately more engaging than just pure visuals, even though that can be kind of fun too. But that's neat. But yeah, no, I don't think I saw and forgot. I just don't think I've seen this particular bit of animation or this animation series. So I'll have to put it on my list. I'm making friends with part of the ship. Is that what just happened? I think so. Okay. Anything over here? What's this? Oh, that was a door. Is this even on the map? Oh, there are multiple pages. Oh, wow. That's a lot. Well, let's take a look at the main computer. Oh. This is an elevator, I guess. Why do I feel a sense of deja vu right now? I don't know. Have you previously watched a YouTube stream while sitting on a couch or something like that? That's a possibility. Yes, it does. It appears to be deactivated. Ooh, mystery intrigue. I guess maybe I'm not the first robot and they've just been killing off all these other robots after they make them feel wanted or something. Let's try to put my name into the panel. Main computer room. Entry is restricted to an authorized user is not present. I guess I'm not an authorized user. No, I feel like you've said the exact same thing to me before. I mean, maybe. It's possible. I don't really remember what I was talking about other than the animated stuff, but that's for sure a possibility. What is this? Can I go in here? Elevator. Oh, well, I don't really need an elevator, do I? Recreation room. Oh, looks super fun. Okay. Do I get to play a game? Like a mini game? What do you think? Was that me playing a game? Is this even the... I didn't want to take a capture. This is the bridge, not the recreate... Why did it say something about the recreation? I don't think I should be allowed to be on the bridge by myself. Let's fly the ship. Oh, diagnostic of propulsion systems. Has there ever been a good Star Trek game? I feel like a good Star Trek game would be pretty fun. Okay, perform navigational systems. No anomalies detected. Course and heading are correct. Awesome. I'm very happy about that. What else we got here? Well, that was level 3, meaning floor 3 of the spaceship. They want me to go down the elevator, so let's do that. Wow, I think I'm just going to throw on some music in the background because it is so quiet here on the spaceship. And I'm not, like, getting any kind of thrill from that at the exact moment. So let's check out level 1. Okay. Here I am. I'm playing Live Alive. I'm really doing it. So they really want me to go back to level 2. I'll do that in a minute after I explore some more. Where are we now? This is the airlock. Ooh. 2 buttons on the console stand out from the others. Oh, let's push the buttons. Yes. Yeah. Let's close that up, huh? Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Second button to close, maybe? What do you think of Adventure Time? Oh, am I getting sucked out? Oh no. Go, go, go. I'm not in control, so I can't do it. Oh no. Oh, this is an exciting development. What do I think of Adventure Time? Well, I recently put out a video on Adventure Time, right? I think I did. Yeah, I did. I think it's one of the only long-running shows that I can say I love every episode of. Okay. Oh. I think I died. Well. Okay. Anyway. Confirm. Anyway, yeah, I think like for myself would be a more accurate term in terms of how I feel about like every single episode. I definitely am not crazy about every episode of the show, but I do really like the show overall. As I said in that recent video, like it just is clearly doing something that, especially when it was brand new, no other show was doing, and I think that still holds up now, where it's a very specific tone, it's a very specific choice in terms of content, what they include, what they talk about, what the stories are about, what the environments feel like, that I just have never gotten from anything else that feels quite like that, and I really, really appreciate that. When it was brand new, I followed it pretty closely. Very excited about it. I think I just became more excited about it over the years. Kind of fell off towards the last couple seasons of the show, but it was always enjoyable. I don't know. I think I even kind of enjoy the heavier story stuff more. All the stuff like, oh, we have the Lich at first, and then we learn what Ooh really is. We learn about Marcy and Simon's past. That's a great episode on its own, is the Simon and Marcy one, where we get some of that backstory. So much fun. So well executed. Great music, great visuals. There are just so many good things to say about the show as a whole. So, yeah, I really like Adventure Time. And I feel like I will continue to like Adventure Time for many years in the future. What did you think about that one Lemon Grab episode where he went atop the mountain of Matthew? Oh, yeah, that's not one that I've rewatched a bunch. I do remember that one. It is memorable. However, it was never one of my big Lemon Grab episodes. Lemon Hope. I love the big, like, 2-parter with Lemon Hope. And we see the distant future at the end of that one, too. That's excellent. Mountain of Matthew I thought was fine. It definitely leaned into the whole, like, we're Adventure Time, we're wacky and random thing that they did quite a bit. So there's that. That wasn't always my favorite aspect of the show. But from what I remember, that particular episode is neat. Weird. I appreciate weirdness in general, even if it's not something that I enjoy about the episode. Oh no. The Colonel
Don't touch me.
just hit us violently.
Please.
I think it was just called the Mountain. What do you think it meant? Well, in general, I think a lot of the sort of heavier Adventure Time stuff is getting into the area of, like,
I don't know about
spiritual and philosophical thought, but never in a way where... Sorry, my throat's in really bad shape. They never do it in a way where it feels especially heavy-handed, in my opinion. It's not something that feels like they're making extremely direct allusions to specific religions, philosophies, ways of viewing the world, or whatever.
I apologize for keeping you all waiting. Matters with our
Even their use of, like, reincarnation throughout the show doesn't feel like it's, like, trying to yell at you, you know?
Good.
That you should be into this particular life view or something. It just felt like another opportunity to do some creative stuff. And I think I feel similarly about that particular episode where, like, they're tipping off some really big, deep stuff and things that you can analyze very heavily if you want to. But at the same time, it's a chance for them to just do some completely bonkers work and air it without a problem. Like, I don't think they had many controversies during the whole run. They just got to do some weird stuff, and I'm really happy about that, I guess. Lemongrab, in general, too, is just such an interesting character. Certainly a very annoying character at times, which is part of the point, but fun, neat, different, pretty original. Yeah, a lot of opportunity to do some interesting work with those characters, and they did a lot of interesting work.
Come down to the guard at the Behemoth. Of course. But first I need to perform. I'll head downstairs afterward. This is a trap. Anyway, if you like, the main computer is on level 3, and
the heath that floats atop the ziggurat is perfection. The stairs that lead to you must be infinite. I have tried and failed to control and climb them. Grease is good enough, but you are unacceptable. That's a monologue, I assume. Yes. That's pretty funny. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry if the game stuff here hasn't been the most entertaining. I just don't. I'm almost shocked at how little I'm getting out of this experience. It's not even something that I'm upset about. I'm not, like, I'm not angry about it. I don't think the game or the game demo is horrible. It's just very uninteresting to me so far, and in basically every regard. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of what I expected, but they should tell me here also where the objective is. Wouldn't that be helpful? I'm gonna assume level 3. I don't know. Was that pretentious enough for you? Also, I meant head instead of Heath, or Heath as it was written. Yeah. The original line is, if you are the head that floats atop the ziggurat, the stairs that lead to you must be infinite. Infinite stairs are unacceptable. Oh, yeah. No, I actually... Wow, I remember that line. Okay, so that's the actual line? Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, again, like, that's pretty good writing. Even just in from an aesthetic angle. Specific phrases and stuff. Like, it works. It really works.
I'm glad you came.
Okay.
To introduce you to someone.
All right. Well... Okay, this is the AI of the ship. Oh man, I'm so bored of this game.
10th generation AI, to be precise. We named them Decimus.
This is Decimus. It's an AI.
Doesn't just look after
Remember when
the ship's
Lemongrab
systems,
had to calm down and
after
lick
the crew as
himself? He
well.
said it tasted like grease, which he found unacceptable first. He does mention grease a lot. There's that part where we go to the Lemongrab Kingdom. That's certainly a pretty disturbing episode, but also a really fun episode. Wasn't that great? We see all the different types of lemon incarnations, and some of them are like living inanimate objects and stuff. In the earlier season, he actually said, "I am not grease." Oh, I see. We're going to the cargo hold now. Remember how we supposedly have a xenomorph? Is that what we're going to set loose here? I'm ready for something to happen. Is this it? Is this where story happened? Have we made it? Oh, look. That's neat in terms of design. That's cool. Okay. Tell me about it. I'll let the dialogue go here. I'm really getting hungry, though. Wow, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. And it's all been this. Okay. All right.
So long as you admire it, even the most exquisite rose handled without care will bleed you with its thorns. And this particular rose has 2 massive ones.
Oh, I didn't know he had an
in case you
accent.
haven't noticed.
He tried to force everything to be perfect and create a sophisticated society. I think is a ploy to impress creator Bubblegum. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that was the premise, and just again, like, neat premise. He's just bad at things. He's bad at being social. He's bad at being likable or even tolerable. It's not his fault. That immediately makes him a pretty interesting character to me. And yeah, they explored it, even just in that episode. It's like, yeah, he just wants these things. He wants these very normal things for most people, but just can't connect the dots. Like, it's just not, it's just not in him for some reason.
We were just leaving, actually.
That's great. It's
There's a section
really
of
solid.
wiring just outside the cargo hold. I need you to check for me.
Can the monster please get loose? Can we, like, hang out? Can I talk to the monster? Can I ride the monster? Can I fight the monster? Can I have a debate with the monster about whether or not it should be caged up? Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for game to happen. I'm here. And, like, if the focus of this chapter is just supposed to be the storytelling, do some interesting storytelling, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm starting to get a little more outwardly negative here. Okay, it's fine. The mirror that shows your desire showed Bubblegum wanting to play catch with him. That's why he had so many baseball mitts. Wow, that's a genuinely sad and touching story detail. That's great. Just playing catch. That's kind of funny too, because it's such a direct reference to, like, a very tropey and, like, normal real world current day thing of, like, the son throwing catch with his dad. Oh, I can't move. This is just frozen. Okay. I think I'm supposed to be listening to the sound effects or something. Now I can move, and now I can go through the door with them. Oh. Again, like, which floor am I going to? I'm gonna guess 3. I don't know. I'm happy that at the end of his arc he was able to finally accept himself, because yo, it's Grease. There you go. See, he's embracing that side of himself. Embracing that identity, you know? That's something we all want. Sorry, there's an Amazon truck outside. Really enjoying its presence. Maybe I ordered something from Amazon today, actually, or yesterday. Here, there's a lot of people here. I assume this is where I'm supposed to be, right? And you checked this.
I did, and they're fine. Hypercaster, made in Japan and everything.
Cool.
The main and subunits are designed to function independently, so one going down shouldn't necessarily affect the other.
Now I have 2 flags. Is he a flag still?
And you checked
Nope.
the
Oh,
I did. It's a what's
I already heard. Yep.
the main and
Oh,
And you
whoops.
checked the
I did.
This
It's
is
a
why you
what's
don't
another,
mash.
the main and
How about you, Lieutenant Surge? Do you have anything to say? Nope. Now I talk to her. They're not even talking to me. I'm just initiating different parts of the conversation. Why isn't this voiced? Okay.
What did the captain have to say?
Continue your investigation and get back to me when you have more
We got a lot
information.
here.
We'll
Grease, which
settle
he
on a plan
spits
then.
into the crack on the ceiling. The crack that represented his feeling. Except for perfection, he has his peeps and he's making an effort to connect with people. He's alright. Yeah, the acceptance wouldn't feel real if there wasn't something bad left in him to accept. Well, yeah, because then there's no challenge, right? What is being overcome, right? If you just accept and everything's good, everything's kosher inside.
The system has already, as it stands, we can no longer exchange information. We can only hope they have surmised our situation from our silence.
I'm heading outside to. Something.
Is this over now?
Or got knocked out of position. Should be easy to fix.
So all of those objective flags were just to have people continue a conversation. Why couldn't the conversation just play out?
So we may as well try and back him up.
Yes, of course.
Bug floating Matthew head. I think that is a bad ego-driven action. Done any kind of. I mean, I'm enjoying the analysis. I think a lot of it rings true. I think with a lot of different characters in Adventure Time, even
Rachel,
side
I'll go
characters,
with
you
him to
can
the
do a
airlock
lot of
to assist with
analysis.
preparations. I'll come back afterwards so we
And
can...
there's just so much meat on the bone. I think that's what attracts people to analyzing media, is when it feels like there's intention behind it, even if their interpretation doesn't exactly line up with the original intention of the artist, the team, whatever. It's still really fun and engaging to try to work out your own interpretation, have your own experience of that piece of media, its meaning and all that. Okay, so was the objective here was the marker? Why is there a loading screen there? Yeah, it must be the elevator again. Which floor am I going to again? Let's go to 1 to mix it up. I don't know. So the second age of terror is real, and now they have nothing to fall back on? Remember when is that a thing? Is that a canon thing? Second age of terror in Adventure Time? That's not ringing any bells for me. Okay. Oh no, there's a fight.
Stop it!
In the
Please.
airlock. Someone's gonna go out that airlock. We know it's possible.
This is neither the time nor place.
I agree. We're in the airlock room. Wow, this is a big fight.
You and your holier-than-thou attitude.
See, we're breaking it up.
Stay out of it, Bod.
Whoa.
There you go again, losing your temper.
Got it all figured out.
Sorry, I'm just
Can't take a joke. All so
yawning
damn serious.
during a cutscene here. Oh, look, we have fast forward options. Auto advance. On hold to skip. Yeah, we're going to skip. Well, I probably shouldn't have, but... Oh, well. Something happened. We're going to hop in the elevator again and just guess where we're supposed to be going. Level 2 this time. How about that? Ego-driven action to assert control over the world to a somewhat motherly and caring desire. Wow, this is... Sounds like pretty good stuff. Oh, there's no objective marker here, so I picked the wrong floor. That fits bubblegum to a T, doesn't it? Over-controlling, I mean, sure, but also the nurturing aspect, ego, I would associate all of those terms with Princess Bubblegum. Where did I come from last? Oh, no. I just don't... I... Nope, that was wrong also. Okay, so I think 3? Yes, 3? Because we were on level 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. I'm hitting a critical point here. Back? Isn't this where I just was? No, this is the bridge again. Okay. Hello, whoever you are. Kato? Oh. Okay. No, it's
Rachel,
Huey.
They're in position.
Understood.
Okay, we're doing something with the ship. At first, he was controlling his subjects selfishly for his own gain to get love from his creator, but when he destroyed Matthew, it was from a sense of care, I think. Yeah, there's some kind of like mercy aspect to that, right? Sort of a mercy killing situation, at least is what I remember of it. Did you find any of that interesting? Because I sure did. No, I do.
Commencing operation.
I definitely do. And it's also highlighting the fact that there are just so many seasons of Adventure Time and so many episodes to go back through. And there are tons of them, whole seasons that I haven't really revisited at all. I probably have a short list of favorite episodes that I tend to go back to. But yeah, as you're pointing out, there's a lot of interesting side characters. There are a lot of story threads that get quite a bit of, I don't know, space. They explore a lot of stuff pretty thoroughly. So, yeah, totally. I definitely think it's interesting stuff. There's a Kirk on the spaceship. How about that? Think it's a reference?
Kirk?
Sorry, I'll just do auto advance.
Someone talk to me.
Is that auto advance? I think so.
I've got him. But there's something wrong with this suit.
Huh? I randomly read on someone's blog, did you know all this already? Am I just dumb? No, I didn't know this stuff already. No, I don't think you're dumb. Oh. Yeah, anyway, again, it's just interpretation, you know? So, yeah, it's not about, picking up on something or not. There's a lot of interpretation going on. There's different views on what this means, what this character represents, and all that. As we were saying earlier, it's fun to look into it. But no, I actually feel pretty negatively towards people who try to present their particular analysis or interpretation of a piece of media as like definitive, like, oh, this is what it means 100%, like I have found the meaning of the movie and this is what it means, and now I'm telling you. I don't agree with that at all. Like, I think it's awful. So I try not to do that. And in general, like, yeah, if you don't pick up on something that somebody else does pick up on, it's just a difference of perspective, And honestly, fellas, or is it just a couple? I'm assuming it's just one or two people here at this point. Not my most successful stream. I think I can say I still enjoyed myself. I still had a nice time. But my goodness, Live Alive. I don't, again, just based on my preferences and my perspective, I do not understand the hype. Maybe some of it is people being caught up in the massive marketing push. I'm sure some people have played the original somehow. I know there's a fan translation out there, so I get that. Cool, okay. Maybe this is just a demo also, so maybe it will reveal itself in some really interesting ways as you progress through the chapters, but I just played 2 of the 3 demo chapters. Well, portions of them, right? I'm sure there's a decent amount of gameplay left in each one, but isn't the point of a demo to like really entice people and get them interested in purchasing? There's a link right in the main menu. You can go and pre-order. Like, I just don't, nothing about that caught my attention really in a good or bad way. Like, I didn't find myself going, oh, this is junk. I just found myself going, I don't care. I wasn't coming across any story elements or gameplay that impress me that much. I'm sure I'm being too hard on it. Maybe I'm just not like a JRPG person in general. I don't appreciate like this type of storytelling. It could totally be that too. I just don't. Yeah, I it's just gone in one ear out the other. It's just So I apologize if someone happens to watch this far into the stream and think that I'm being too mean about it. I'm sorry, I guess, but I don't really think this stream is going to become some massively watched thing that people are like, oh wow, someone's being too hard on Live Alive. No. And in fact, I even hope that the game sells decently well. Again, for the reasons I stated earlier, like prove that people want to play old games, especially games that they haven't had access to previously. This is the time to do it, especially on a system like the Switch. But yeah, just for me, I could not care less about any part of that. So I follow the instructions of all those YouTubers who are saying it's just a must play and you got to get into it. And yeah, I just don't happen to share the same opinion. So anyway, so I'll just hang out for a little bit. I'll do one level of Pierre the Maze Detective because this is an excellent game. Wow. I played the demo over a year ago, I think. Had such a fun time, and I recently bought the full game on Switch, and I really like it. Anyway. Also, what did you think of LSP and LB? Sorry, I know that refers to, as in Lumpy Space Princess and Lemon Grab. Oh, hooking up. Yeah, whatever. You know, I could kind of see it working. Came here for you, not the game. Also the only one here. You don't need to apologize. Great. Awesome. Well, in that case, I will quickly do one level, but I really like this game. It's based on kids' books, and it's clearly meant for, like, younger players, you know, but, oh, man, the detail, the animation, the sense of fun and wonder, I really, really enjoy. So I'll quickly play some of this, and then I will leave, and I'll get on with my evening. But I hope that everybody has enjoyed some part of the stream. Okay. I hope that I offered something of value here in the stream. Anybody watching the archive version later on, thank you so much. Wow, I'm impressed. You're supporting a small channel in a pretty big way. I really appreciate that. Have I heard of Anodyne 2? Yeah, I haven't played it. I do have a copy of the first Anodyne game, which I have not. I've barely even started it, basically. Oh, so this isn't a thing. So when I play in handheld mode, I run automatically. I guess it's a Joy-Con drift thing? Anyway. So I have not. Is it any good? I don't even want you to play. I just want you to check it out. It's pretty interesting. Is that... Did they go to like a 3D... Is it a 3D game for the sequel? I think I remember seeing trailers and it was 3D. And the first game's like, what? Just 2D pixel art stuff, right? Pretty simple, like Game Boy era looking work. Okay, well, if it ever goes on sale for like next to nothing, that's when I tend to pick up a lot of games anyway, so could do that. Like if you do a stream of the first Anodyne game. Oh, consider it. I'll consider it. I don't know. Yeah, I think I have to get a lot of energy together to do streams sometimes. So we'll see. We'll see if we want to do another game stream next or just like hanging out and talking and all that. But, oh, it's so good. The little intricacies of the environments they built here for us. And the thing is, too, you forget what you're aiming for. You just kind of wander around and find it. See, this is my first checkpoint, I guess. But you don't have to change in 2D. 3D actually has something to do with the story. Okay, that's pretty interesting, I guess. So now we have to go and find another guy. Okay. this the right way? Whoa, got a gun. The temptation is always to take a direct route, but it's a maze, so it doesn't really work. Okay. Head over this way. No, I don't see anything there. Huh. Well, there's an arrow. I guess I should pay attention to the arrow. I want to leave, but I'm not gonna... No, go ahead. It's cool. It's cool. I'll wrap up very soon anyway. Maybe I'll get to this one other checkpoint, and then I'll be done. But yeah, it's cool. Don't ever feel pressured to hang around this stream. It's totally fine. Nah, I don't want to help with the mariachis. I have done it before, and I know how it works. How do I react to hate comments? I mean, I don't do a lot of reacting to hate comments these days anymore. Have I been getting a lot lately? I just haven't been paying attention at all. That's a chest, but I don't think I need to go up there, so I'm just gonna pass right by. Anyway, but like the times that I have sort of kind of engaged with really negative comments on specific videos and stuff, I mean, honestly, like, I'm kind of surprised by the fact that I don't tend to care too much. Like, I don't, even though I am kind of, you know, like, concerned sometimes about what people think of the videos and everything. It doesn't really get to me too bad, so I'm appreciative of that. He says, I've only ever gotten one, and I didn't care because she was objectively wrong because she said I stole the art presented in the video even though I made it. Oh, that's a terrible accusation to accuse someone of. Yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, and I mean, a lot of it comes down to what we've been talking about so much during the stream, which is the subjectivity. Ultimately, it comes down to people being upset that you have a different opinion than them, and there's not a lot that you can do about that. Unless you're doing something genuinely awful in a video or something, and people are trying to call you out on it, that's a different story. But outside of that, yeah, there's no reason to, you know, really get invested in that kind of stuff, in my opinion, and I don't think it's super healthy either to get super involved in it. Anyway, cool. Okay. We're done. Definitely not my most successful stream. But there it is. That's fine. That's how it goes. And I have now played the bulk of the demo for Live Alive. It is not to my liking very much, but that's all. Again, just my take. Thanks to the people coming out live. Special thanks to Issa. Zep was here very early on, being very engaged with the chat and stream. Super appreciate it, because otherwise I'm literally just, you know, talking in a room by myself to no one, which is sad. So yeah, appreciate all of that. Thank you very much. Anybody watching later on, thank you very much. Please look forward to more videos in the near future. Always working on more. And hope everyone has a wonderful week. And yeah, take it easy. All right. Thanks for stopping by. And end.